Hi everyone, here we are in Module 7, and Module 7 again is where you're really showcasing what you've learned throughout the course. So this is a time to really start putting things together, and things should really be falling into place and starting to make sense, because we really have been looking at all those separate pieces, and now we're bringing them together and really synthesizing what those key components of epidemiology and the study of epidemiology and research actually entails. So in our Module 7, we're going to, of course, do the discussion board, and I am tapering back on the requirements for the discussion board because this is a very labor-intensive time during the course. Of course, watch the screencast-matic, and the final paper is due on the 18th, so kind of keep that in mind, as well as I know many of you are actively working on your final papers and the group project as well. So those two projects kind of tick and tie as far as bringing the same sort of concepts together but in different ways. And again, this is to solidify what you've learned throughout the course, to really cement it into place, because you will need this information as you move forward in your educational endeavors. So like I said, continue with your shared presentation and work on those final papers, and we're really tying up the course in a nice little bow, and so we have a nice little package for you to move forward with, and you'll have those tools to be successful as you move forward. So with that being said, we're going to pop into the module very quickly. Okay, here we are in our module, and there's additional resources within your module that will help you as you're completing your final phases of your assignments. And just remember that there have been resources embedded within the course throughout the course trajectory, and one particular module that has quite a few of the resources that will help you and links that will help you is module number 5. So just kind of remember that, and you can refer back to Module 5 to get some of those links that will be helpful to you as you're completing your final phases of your assignment. So the other thing is there is a screencast-o-matic specifically, I can't even talk today, sorry, specifically on the rubric for your putting it all together, your synthesis paper. So please take a look at the screencast, and it goes through in detail of the rubric itself. So helpful hints, if you're needing some guidance as far as APA formatting, there is actually quite a bit of information in the orientation section of this particular course. So pop in there. There's a sample paper, there's a PowerPoint, there's writing guide, success tips. There's a multitude of things, and there's also a link to the Writing Center. And if you click on that link, the Writing Center actually has quite a few resources just available to you online. Or if you have specific questions, you can ask for an appointment online with the Writing Center as well. And two, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help you out if you're kind of stumbling through some of the formatting for APA, because the manual itself, the APA manual, is not necessarily the most user-friendly manual. The other resource that I suggest using if you can't find what you want in the APA manual is Purdue OWL, their APA formatting, and that's a reliable source. Many other sources are not super reliable, just as some of the formatting tools are not truly consistent with the APA manual. So just kind of keep that in mind as you may be using templates or whatever. Just kind of double check with the APA manual. With that being said, we also have our discussion board, so we're going to go into the discussion board here in just a moment. Okay, in this discussion board, again, it's very different. You do not have to cite a reference unless you, of course, need to if you've used a reference in this discussion board. And now we're taking a look back rather than looking forward. So we're really reflecting on some of the concepts that really have resonated with you, and really looking at what truly impacts your practice and maybe what you've learned through the course that you're actually going to apply in practice. And I know through the discussion boards that many of you have indicated that you're using some of the information, whether it be in your course or in your practice. So kind of share that information. And the other thing, if there's something that's still a little muddy to you, pose a question to your classmates, and that's an optional thing. But really to engage in that community of inquiry and looking at some things that may seem just a little blurry yet to you, so you can gain that clarification as you move forward in your educational journey. So anyway, like I said, this discussion board again is very different because it's a very labor intensive time during the course. So with that being said, I appreciate all your input so far, and let me know if I can help you in absolutely any way as we're tying everything up in the final modules. Take care now. Bye.